going on, y'all? Stoke Race Repair here, and in today's video we are going to be picking up a little something for the blue truck over there. So my friends over at Winter Circle hit me up I think 3 weeks ago, I believe now, and I put a post out saying I'm trying to look for stuff to do in the winter time, content ideas and whatnot, and they hit me up and said, we got a deal for you. We'll give you an LS if you put it in the blue S10 that I got here. And I told them, let's do it. So today we're going to be picking up that LS. It's in East Moline, Winter Circle. And it's a little sad because this thing's been a small block for about 30 years now. But I'm really excited to see what the future holds for this truck. I'd like to maybe put some turbos on it in the future, but that's going to be a little bit. Right now, I'm just going to throw a cam in it. All right, y'all. It's the next day. Fortunately, I didn't get any video of me going down to pick it up. It was kind of on a time crunch, so I apologize about that. But I'm about to head over to my grandpa's house where the LS is, and I will show you guys everything about it. And there's some stuff it needs. It's missing 2 pistons and rods, lifters, push rods, rockers. So it needs some stuff, but our buddies over at Winter Circle is going to help me out with that, and I'll probably be getting some stuff for that here soon. So let me go show you guys this motor. So when I got the engine down, I tore the heads off of it, and I just wanted to get a look inside it. And the cylinder walls look like they're in pretty good shape. I'll just have to source these 2 pistons, which won't be too hard, and find some rods. So first thing I'm going to do to tear this engine down is take off this water pump in the way. I had one of the bolts, the threads were in there pretty bad, so whoever put the water pump on cross-threaded a little bit, but I ran a thread chaser through it, got them all straightened out, so it's all good. So now I'm going to start taking off this front timing cover here. It wasn't lined up right. This was for a high school, so they kind of just slapped them together, didn't really pay attention to how they put it together, but it's okay. So I'm taking it apart, make sure everything's good in it. So now I'm going to try to take this oil pump off, and I realize I'm an idiot because it has a pickup tube on it. So I'm going to have to flip this engine over and take this oil pan off. Luckily, I only had 2 bolts in it because I had the pan off yesterday. So now I'm going to start taking this oil pickup tube off, pull this tray out. It was actually missing a couple bolts for the tray, so I'll have to run to the parts store, get some bolts for it. And then here I noticed they didn't tighten one of the main caps bolts down, so I'm glad I'm tearing this thing apart. I planned on tearing it apart anyways, so it's completely fine. Most of this stuff I was going to replace anyways, so it doesn't bother me one bit, and I'm going to get some good parts from Winter Circle here soon for it, so watch out for that. My plan is to put a nice cam in it. I think I'm going to leave the stock bottom end because it can handle some decent power. Put a good timing chain in it, and maybe get the heads reworked a little bit. I honestly don't know for sure yet or not what I'm going to do to the engine. But here we're starting to pull the pistons out, looking at everything. It's missing a bolt for the piston main cap, but it's okay. I plan on buying some ARP bolts for it anyways, so it doesn't bother me anyways. But here I'm just stripping the motor out, trying to get it down to a bare block. So this is actually my first time ever messing with an LS before. I've helped my grandpa out a bunch on small block Chevys. I built a small block Chevy for my 79 Camaro that I race, which is in the background somewhere. But this LS stuff honestly isn't that scary. Like, once I started digging into it, I realized how simple it was, and so I'm not really scared of rebuilding it. The only thing I'm scared of is all the wiring, the sensors, making sure I get the right ones and everything. But honestly, I don't think it'll be too bad. I'll just have to watch some more YouTube videos on it. Mainly all I do is I'll go through YouTube at night and I'll learn on the LS stuff. So it's kind of neat to see what everyone puts out on these engines. It's helped me learn a lot on these, so I really appreciate those videos. My goal with this engine is to make about 400 horsepower and I want to record about every step of it as I can so I can show you guys how to build these engines. I won't probably go into depth with it, but just excited to showcase that. There I'm pulling out the camshaft in that, and I realized that the cam bearings are pretty bad on it, so I think I'm gonna have to get this block machine, put some new cam bearings in it. I want to do it right the first time, not have to redo it in the future, because it's gonna be a tight fit in this little blue truck of mine. In the future, I'd like to put some turbos on it, but that probably won't be until next winter or so, because just fabrication work for the turbos is probably going to be a lot, and I really want to drive my S10 next summer, so I just want to get this thing naturally aspirated and running and driving for right now. And then next winter, I will do a series of putting turbos on it, hopefully, so look out for that in the future. Here I'm just pulling off all of the main caps. I didn't know how to do it at first, because the small block Chevys, you can just pull them right off, but these are kind of wedged in there a little bit because it has the bolts that run through the side of the block. But me and my grandpa, we got like a wrench and then a big screwdriver on both sides, lifted at the same time, and it pulled them off pretty quick and easy. So now I just have to pull this rear cover off and we can pull this crank out. Alright, so we got this rear cover off, and now I just have to take this last main cap out, and now we can just pull it. It was stuck in the back a little bit, but once I wiggled it a little bit, it came right out, and I'm just looking at all the bearings, and they don't look too bad, but they definitely need replaced. And then I realized I forgot to grab 4 of the lifters out, but that's okay. Now the last thing I'm doing is just pulling out these 2 knock sensors. I forgot to take them out, but all in all, the block is all stripped down, and now I just have to see what I'm going to do going forward. So the block is completely stripped down, and now I have to decide what I want to do with this LS. I'm thinking about boring it 30 over, but I honestly haven't decided on that yet, because the cylinder walls aren't terrible, but there's one of them that has some little gouges in it, so I have to decide on that. I have to decide on a cam that I want to run in it, so if you guys have any cam recommendations for a Gen 3 LS, let me know. I would appreciate it a lot. And I already have some 706 heads for it, so that's good, but I think I might get them checked out, get the valves redone in it. I just want to do it right the first time around, so I don't have to tear this engine out hopefully in a year. I just want this thing to last me a while. The small block that's in the S10 right now has been in there for about 30 years now. So I like this one to last 30 years, but I mean, if I have turbos on it, it's probably not going to last that long. But I just wanted to get as much life as I can out of this LS. And I'm really excited to learn how to build these things. I'm about to start ordering parts for it here soon, so you guys will see the build progress on this. I probably won't start tearing down the S10 yet. I want to finish the engine up, get it running on the stand first, just to make sure it's good, and then I'm going to tear apart the S10, just so that I can still kind of drive the truck for right now. But all in all, I'm really excited about this. Thank you to Winter Circle for making this all happen and helping me out as much as they can with this build. I appreciate it a lot, and that's about it. Leave a comment if you have any recommendations for the engine, and I'll update you guys on the build. Thanks, guys.